Oh hey, so today I thought I would just make a video of my like least favorite albums. So I guess I should say I have listened to so many albums this year. I've been watching other people's lists and I didn't even like know or hear about some things, and I was just like, oh God, I had a lot of first impressions this year. I listened to like My Dying Bride and Heaven Shall Burn, and I didn't really like them. And then I listened to like Sepultura's Quadra, which is the first thing I've ever heard with that particular lineup, and I was like, this is just not great. I don't know. They weren't like, I wasn't expecting anything. I wasn't super disappointed. And even when I was disappointed with albums like Enslaved's new album, for some reason, I just did not like the proggy type of stuff. I was just so used to old Enslaved, and I jumped right into new stuff, and I was just like, I am not used to this. I don't like it. But I wouldn't necessarily consider any of that stuff bad per se. I just don't like it. There's some albums where they're just actually bad. And I only really have two of those that I have listened to that are bad. I'm not gonna say like Five Finger Death Punch or 6 Feet Under or anything like that, because those pe- people know that they're bad, and it's just gonna be bad. I'm not gonna kick a dead horse. It's well known that those are shitty bands and they make shitty music and it's horrible. So I'm not gonna talk about that stuff. I'm gonna talk about two where I actually listened to it and I was like physically felt ill. I did not like him at all. And I think the obvious choice, if you've seen any of my videos, is starting like number two is Corey Taylor's solo album. Goddamn, that thing is so bad. It's bad, man. I And seeing as like Corey Taylor is just such this huge figure and metal and stuff, and he puts out such a fucking overblown, overproduced radio rock shitty fucking album. It's just like it's ugh. I don't I You know what, I Corey Taylor's a great singer, but the songwriting on that is bad. The lyrics are horrible. The whole time I was just wishing that I was literally doing anything else listening to that album. I I honestly felt like every second was like 5 minutes. It was horrible. I hated that album. It's so bad. Ugh, I don't even want to talk about it anymore. But I guess that brings us to number uno. I haven't talked about it yet because I forgot it existed. This is like the first album I listened to this year, and that is Die Antwoord's last fifth album, as far as I know, House of Zeph. Oh God. Okay, so I should say that although I wouldn't consider myself a big fan now, like when I was in high school, I really liked these guys. I thought they were fun. I thought they were so weird, and I never really took it super duper seriously. But I at least enjoyed myself while I listened to it. And then I saw them in concert with one of my coworkers, and I was like, this isn't bad at all. This is cool. The thing is that their last album came out in 2016, and they had been giving hints to this new one. They're going to be like, it's going to be the fifth album. It's going to be our last album. It's going to be this grand epic, our greatest achievement, the album that defines us as a group. And it took 4 years, and it would always change. They'd be like, oh, we're going to release a bunch of different tracks that you have to find, and on the actual album will be 10 tracks, but in reality it's 17, and like all this stuff, and that didn't really happen. And then they're like, we're gonna work with this person, we're gonna work with that person, and then just out of nowhere they're like, okay, we're gonna work with a bunch of South African artists you haven't heard before, and this is gonna be our last album. And it's like, okay, well, it's been 4 years, and okay, cool, let's see what you got. I thought Mountain Ninja and A Nice Time Kid was bad. I didn't like it. I liked a few songs. I liked Banana Brain. I liked I Don't Care. You know, I liked some of those, but they were not anywhere near as good as, like, you know, Baby on Fire and stuff. I didn't enjoy them as much. So I was like, man, they really got to step up their game. And then they put this House of Zeph piece of shit out. It is so fucking bad. The instrumentals are isolated. It's obnoxious. It's awkward. The vocal performances that have always scattered, you know, always been like their thing, have this beat or this instrumental in the back that is so generic and repetitive and just doesn't even match. It sounds so awkward and weird, and like the beats just keep repeating for like 5 minutes, and you're just like, God, please, I can't do this anymore. And then like the last song is like them just trying to do something over like the title track of their first album, which is like kind of a cool idea because it's like their last thing. And it's just the vocals just don't match at all. The flow of it is so awkward and weird, and it's like that I might as well just be doing a fucking horrible shitty freestyle over some random ass song and then just recording that and putting it out on an album. That's exactly what it sounds like. It's fucking shit. I hate this album. And the fact that it waited 4 years for it to come out and it's their last one is fucking dog shit. They're so much better than that as a group. They can make so much better music. And they have. And they put out all this and it's fucking horrible. Ugh. Yeah. I cannot stand House of Zeph. It's fucking horrible. I have never felt so gross listening to an album before. Ugh. Yeah, so that's it. I only really have 2 albums, and House of Zeph takes the cake 100%. It's fucking horrible. Anyway, tell me what your least favorite albums of the year are. Like I said, there's just albums I disliked or I didn't get into, but I can't hate on those albums. I can actually hate these 2 albums. I actually hate the fuck out of them. If they didn't come out, I could live my life easier. If I hadn't listened to them, I would enjoy that extra 36 minutes of my life staring at my phone or doing literally anything else. Instead, I just wasted it listening to this shitty ass music. God damn. Ugh. Yeah, so that's all I got. I didn't think it was going to be this long, but thanks for watching. And then I've been putting out a lot of videos, and I don't think they've had a lot of good content. I haven't done a lot of research. I, kind of like rushed them. So for this upcoming year, I'm going to be focusing a lot more on quality over quantity. I think I just needed to get making the videos out of my system, and now I can finally focus on making quality videos. So, yeah, anyway, thanks for watching. Stay heavy, stay safe, all that stuff. Goodbye.